On the news are tonight, Subramaniam Swamy and Ram Madhav on one side, Shakti Singh Goyal and Kamal Farooqi of the Samajwadi Party. Congress and Samajwadi Party on the other tonight, and therefore we have the BJP, we have the RSS, we have the Congress, we have the Samajwadi Party, and we have Vinod Mehta, editorial chairman of the Outlook. I don't know which position he's taking tonight. He certainly belongs to neither party. Vinod Mehta, who's got it wrong in this debate, where the gloves are off tonight? Who's wrong?
Well, Arnab, clearly, if you look at history, Mr. Narendra Modi is wrong. Because there was no BJP, there was no Jansangh when Sardar Patel was living. And the only thing that existed was the RSS. So I don't think the BJP are going to claim that Sardar Patel was a member of the RSS. Now, what the BJP should actually be saying, and Narendra Modi should be saying, that although he belonged to the Congress party, we admire him, we admire his politics, we admire his resolution, etc., etc. But he doesn't belong to them. From here we move to the next thing, that they say that the Congress is obsessed with the first family and Sardar Patel is a much neglected figure. Now, there may be some truth in that, but Mr. Narendra Modi did something quite extraordinary. On the October 27th, he gave an interview to a Hindi daily in which he said Nehru did not attend Sardar Patel's funeral. And today in the Economic Times, there's a front page cutting which says that Nehru did attend Sardar Patel's funeral. So there is a constant effort to pitch Nehru against Sardar Patel, and this is election time, so we should accept it. But the historical facts remains that the
so
BJP
you don't buy the clarification. No, you don't buy the clarification which has been issued by the paper itself regarding that. Well, I am told, Vinod Mehta, that the paper itself has corrected that, and that, if I am not mistaken, Narendra Modi sent out a tweet appreciating the retraction of the newspaper. Why are you not looking at that?
Okay, so what I'm saying that you have a campaign here to suggest that Sardar Patel would ideally have been in the Bharatiya Janata Party because he is a much neglected figure in the Congress, which is obsessed with Nehru-Gandhi family. Now, there could be some truth in that, but you cannot go on from there and say that he's our man. He's not your man. He's a congressman. He was always he lived a congressman and he died a congressman.
Did they say
you might
okay, watch it.
His
Let's get the BJP in before I get the RSS. Subramaniam Swamy, why is the BJP saying Sardar Patel is our man? Now, they haven't said it in as many words, but the referencing is clear, right? The advertisements, the whole statue which is bigger than the Statue of Liberty, the attempt to own his legacy. I mean, you may not say in as many words, but Vinod Mehta is right, isn't he?
Of course not. As usual, Vinod Mehta gets his facts wrong, as is the case on the interview, which was, he was misquoted Narendra Modi, and he didn't look at the clarification, which had to be brought to his notice by you. The fact is, you see, Sardar Patel, when he built the Somnath temple, Jawaharlal Nehru tooth and nail opposed it. And when Rajendra Prasad decided to come and be part of the Kumbhabhishekam, Jawaharlal Nehru protested to him, and Rajendra Prasad disregarded it. There are strands in the Congress coming from Sardar Patel down to Morarji Desai, Jayaprakash Narayan, who have become part of the movement to which we own. And therefore, there is nothing wrong in saying that Sardar Patel thought like us, he was a nationalist like us, and he was a strong man that we want.
No, what do you mean we own? Okay, one second. You say we own. What do you mean we own? The BJP, are you saying the BJP owns?
Worldview.
Are you saying the BJP owns Sardar Patel? Would you say the same of the RSS?
No, no.
The BJP is
RSS,
umbilically linked to the RSS, and you know what, let me ask Ram Madhav. No, one second.
Yeah, better
okay,
ask
you want to complete. Go ahead.
Official spokesman. Now the thing is that Sardar Patel, when I say own, I mean own his worldview, his approach to problems. And he, all that he said is very much in keeping with what we are saying today. So therefore, there's nothing wrong with owning up Morarji Desai or Sardar Patel or Jayaprakash Narayan, because they've been part with us in this struggle.
But you can't own part of it. You can't be selective. You can't own part of it, can you? Ram Madhav, spokesperson of the RSS,
Which part?
in his letter on 11 September 1948 to the Sarsang Chalak of the RSS, Sardar Patel wrote, and I quote, "The speeches of the Sangh leaders are poisonous. It is as a result of this venom that Mahatma Gandhi has been assassinated. The followers of the Sangh have celebrated Gandhiji's assassination by distributing sweets." You want me to read out one more letter? It makes broadly, I have many such, you know, this is at a time when Sardar Patel was the interior minister, RSS was banned in 1948. Ram Madhav, do you also, since you want to own the worldview, or the BJP wants to own the worldview, Subramaniam Swamy wants to own the worldview of Sardar Patel, would that worldview include this description of the RSS?
No, I can read one more letter.
See, Arnab, let me... Arnab, can I go ahead?
Go on.
Yes. Arnab, let me at the outset make it clear that the legacy of all the great national leaders belongs to the entire nation. I am sure everybody in the panel agrees with me on this point. In that sense, that Sardar Patel's legacy belongs as much to all of us as it belongs to probably all others whom you have very, charitably described as not belonging to any side. All your viewers know which side they belong to, unless of course they are trying to change sides looking at the kind of wind that is blowing across the country. Now, having said it, let me also tell you, since you mentioned that...
So you're saying Vinod Mehta is a congressman tonight? You're saying he's representing the Congress point of view just because he doesn't agree with yours, Vinod Mehta, you want to respond?
Let me also ask through you, Arnab, does the Congress party agree with all the views expressed by Sardar Patel? I can quote 10 other things, Arnab. I can quote to you what all Sardar Patel had said at that time about so many things. I must tell you, Sardar Patel said some Congress leaders think that using their political power they can crush RSS. RSS is an organization of patriots. You cannot crush RSS using danda. This is what Sardar Patel said. And he also said, I am not able to trust the officials who belong to Muslim community because I have suspicions about them. This was in 1949. We can go on quoting any number of letters, just as one cannot, you cannot expect us to accept only one part of that letter. You cannot also expect others to follow the same principle. And I am telling you, in one letter he categorically told Nehru that for 1 month I have been following the investigation of Gandhiji's murder as Home Minister on a daily basis, and I do not have any evidence to link RSS to Gandhiji's murder. Does Congress party accept this statement of Sardar Patel, I am asking?
Let's get the Congress party in. You point those questions directly at the Congress party. For our viewers tonight, towards the end of his speech today, Shakti Singh Goyal, you will be responding next to the BJP and the RSS. In his speech today, towards the end of his speech, this is what Narendra Modi said, and I quote in Hindi, "Kash is देश के पहले प्रधानमंत्री सरदार पटेल होते, तो ये देश का तकदीर और तस्वीर कुछ और ही होती." यानी कि the image and perception of this country would have been completely different if Sardar Patel had been the first Prime Minister of India and not Jawaharlal Nehru. So what's wrong? He doesn't have a right to have his view, Shakti Singh Goyal?
Let me tell you one thing, that Sardar and Nehru did not compete each other. In fact, they complemented each other. मोदी को ख्वाब दिखता है और जैसी निगाहें जैसे ख्वाब वही उसको दिखाई देगा, इसलिए वो कह सकते हैं ये। पर असलियत ये है कि नेहरू जी के साथ मिलके सरदार साहब ने काम किया। नाउ लेट मी टेल यू वन मोर थिंग, दैट सरदार हु हैज बैंड आरएसएस and now RSS Pracharak is claiming Sardar's legacy. What can be more ironical than this? And Modi, when the election approaches,
No, where is he claiming
talking
the
about
legacy?
Sardar.
No, where is he
Let
claiming the
me
legacy? I
remind you-
challenge you tonight, Mr. Shakti Singh Gohil. मैंने quote किया है. I have quoted from what Narendra Modi said. He has said, by the way, I also have a quotation of C. Rajagopalachari. C. Rajagopalachari had said the following. Please listen to me, sir. Kamal Farooqi also. I'm coming to you next. C. Rajagopalachari said, had Nehru been made the foreign minister of India and Sardar Patel the prime minister, it would undoubtedly have been better. Had Patel lived longer, he would have become the prime minister, a post he probably totally deserved. And then in India, Kashmir, Tibet, China and other issues would not have remained a problem. No, Shakti Singh Gohil, this is C. Rajagopalachari. When C. Rajagopalachari says it, you don't say there's a problem. When Narendra Modi says it, you say he's trying to own
No,
Sardar Patel. No, I have the quotation, sir. What you have any doubt about what I quoted C. Rajagopalachari?
no, let me tell you that was Mahatma Gandhi ji. Can we doubt his wisdom? That was Mahatma Gandhi ji who decided, and Nehru
No,
and
no.
Sardar
I have-
worked
no,
together
once-
for this nation. There is no doubt about it. And what was the ideology of Sardar Sahib? Let me quote one thing, that on December 17, 1947, today BJP and RSS are claiming the legacy. Let me read just one line, that on 17 December 1947 in Delhi, Sardar said, India is one. One cannot divide a sea or split running water of the sea. The Muslims have their roots in India. All their sacred and cultural places are in India. I am sure all those who have gone also would want to come back to India. India is as much as of Muslims as it is of Hindus. Now, because elections is approaching, all the gimmicks started. In
Respond.
2010, Narendra
Subramaniam
Modi has
Swamy
announced
wants
that
to
I will
respond.
have a biggest statue of Sardar Patel. And for 4 years, what has he done? Election was over, the local bodies elections were over. Sardar Sahib was forgotten, same like Ram Temple. Thereafter, when the assembly election approaches, again Modi started this, then forgot. Now because of the parliament election, again he is remembering
So
Sardar Sahib.
you've never
So
used-
this is nothing but a political gimmick of Modi.
Well, I'm only saying, I actually want to get a response. Vinod Mehta raises his hand. I know Subramaniam Swamy wants to respond. Now, don't respond back, but I will counter an argument with one fact. In 2002, ahead of the Gujarat elections, right? A grand campaign was launched from Karamsad, which is the Sardar's birthplace near Anand, on the 11th of November 2002. Right, Shakti Singh Gohil? Your Congress party president Sonia Gandhi
Yes,
flagged
yes,
off the
whenever
campaign
there is an
affirming the
election, he
party's
thinks
claim
about
to the
Sardar Sahib.
legacy. No. So you've also done politics over it.
We believe the Sardar's ideology. Modi didn't believe Sardar's ideology. He just wants to
Also,
use Sardar Sahib as a vote bank politics. Same like a Ram Temple. For Sardar school in Karamsad, what he did. Today, the trust has openly said not a single penny is
Counter.
given by state to Sardar Trust. Central government gave the money. Even beggars gave some 1 rupee or 2 rupee contributed for Sardar Trust. And the state government didn't give a penny to Sardar Trust. Today, the same platform was used by Narendra Modi. But he didn't contribute a single penny. And though the trust had demanded time and again, he didn't get time to come for the meeting also to
Shakti
ask the
Singh
trustees.
Gohil, before I get a counter, both the RSS and BJP would like to respond to you. I'd like to get Kamal Farooqi into this debate. Would you be equidistant? Would you stand between the BJP and the RSS tonight on the debate? Because of your recent anger with the Congress party, Kamal Farooqi? Or would you take a clear
no, first of
position
all,
on who's right and who's wrong?
No, first of all, let me make it very clear, I am not speaking on behalf of Samajwadi Party. I am speaking on my personal behalf, and my personal views are this. It was not the newspaper report, it was the tweet by Mr. Modi. And this tweet was circulated on the social sites, which was later on when one of the newspaper item, when one of the newspapers said that it was wrong, Mr. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru had participated there. Then he said that I'm sorry, it was a wrong thing, and newspaper came out with some explanation. So let us put the record very straight. Mr. Modi is known for making all these kind of statements without the facts. And then later on he changes it. There is a complete record of it, number one. Number two is, as far as Sardar Patel's legacy is concerned, we may be having a difference of opinion. Even within the party, Congress party, there may be difference of opinion on various points. But that's a fact of the matter, that was Abul Kalam Azad, Sardar Patel, Nehru and Gandhiji. Gandhiji was the father figure. In fact, at that particular point of time, he was the deciding factor who is going to lead the country. And all of them, all the 4 or 5 top people were behind the decision of Gandhiji. So now anybody taking over the credit for Sardar's legacy, it's very unfortunate that people are trying to find. He is the same man who has banned RSS.